Hi there, it's Angel from vace. Guys, do you often use very word in your IELTS writing and speaking? Well, if the answer is yes, then there is a little bit problem with that, as the usage of very word in your writing and speaking makes your English seems weaker. So, in this video, I'm going to share some words with you which you can use to get rid of very word in your IELTS writing and speaking to make your English seems better and stronger. So let's start.
The very first word that we are going to do is very difficult. So instead of simply saying very difficult, you can use the word exhausting. For example, traveling from Brampton to Vancouver is exhausting. The another word that we can use instead of very difficult is arduous. For instance, it is an arduous task for people to stay at home during lockdown. The next word is very good. So instead of simply saying very good, you can use the word excellent. For example, his intellectual skills in English are excellent. Outstanding is another word that we can use instead of very good. For instance, Tom's performance is outstanding in academics. There are some other words that we can use instead of very good, that are magnificent and splendid. For example, Victor has a magnificent house, or the view of Paris from Eiffel Tower is splendid. In informal terms, you can use different words instead of very good. These are terrific, top-notch, splendid, awesome, or superb. For example, the services of Taj Hotel are superb. The next word is very important. So rather than writing simply very important or speaking very important, you can use different words such as critical or crucial. For example, reducing the crime rate is a critical issue for the regime. Or you can use vital. For example, paracetamol is vital to cure coroner's patients. The next word is very bad. So, dreadful is the word that we can use instead of very bad. For example, the living conditions in Pakistan are dreadful due to COVID-19. Or you can use awful or terrible words. For instance, Italian food tastes awful in newly opened restaurant. You can use unsatisfactory, inadequate, or unacceptable words in informal language. For example, new laws made by government are unacceptable by public. The next word is very angry. Deeply unsatisfied is a term that we can use instead of very angry. For example, I'm deeply unsatisfied with the decision of local council for making an airport nearby residential area. The another word that we can use instead of very angry is furious. For instance, Dixon's father is furious on his son's academic report. The next word is very happy. Rather than using very happy, you can use the word ecstatic, overjoyed, elated. For example, I was ecstatic when I met my friend after a year. Or in formal terms, you can use the words over the moon or on cloud nine. For instance, I was over the moon after my IELTS result. Last but not the least is very funny. We always use this word in informal terms. So instead of very funny, you can use the word hilarious. For example, Kapil Sharma's jokes are hilarious. So guys, here are some tips for writing and speaking. Tip number 1. Always use stronger adjectives rather than very. Tip number 2. Try to eliminate very word from your dictionary. If you do not remember any word to use in place of very, then simply use the word without it. For example, if you are using the word very beautiful in your writing or in your speaking, you can simply use the word beautiful instead of saying or writing very beautiful. Tip number 3. Always use informal words in your speaking module, as you already know that writing module is purely formal. But you can use these informal words in your informal letters in Journal Task 1.
So, these are the few words which you can use instead of very in your writing and speaking. I hope you will use these words to achieve a better scores in your IELTS exams. Thank you.